Hello everyone, it is time for a new vlog, and today I'm gonna be doing kind of a weekly reading vlog. I think that's gonna be the goal and we'll see where it goes. But I just want to read some fun books. I want to have a relaxing, chill, casual time and just hang out with you all and, just read some great books. I was just, in my bed feeling like not good. And I just needed something nice to do and think about. And, I was just like, I need to read and I want to talk to you about it. So that's what we're gonna do. I never make weekly reading vlogs because I feel like the thought is really overwhelming. Because, the setup generally is you talk to the camera, like every single day of the week, and you do it for the week. And I always struggle with, I want to make vlogs for weeks because I'm like, I want to read more books, I want to talk about more things. And at the same time, I'm always working on, the specific reading vlogs with the secret TBRs or a specific goal. And then I feel like, if I want to read a lot of that this week, then I'm not going to talk about enough books in this video or whatever. But we're just gonna do it. And if at some point I feel like, I want to end this vlog on Thursday, we're gonna do that. And if I want to end it in 2 weeks, we're also, gonna do that. Let's talk about the books. So I have a little pile here of some books that I've taken so many books off the shelf that I'm like, can I ever just make a decision? I could never read one book at a time, ever in my life. And it works, but sometimes I take it so far and then I'm like, damn, that's a lot. But yeah, these are kind of books that I've taken off the shelf that I just feel like I, want to read right now, that are super exciting, that are gonna bring me a lot of joy and whatever. So that is the goal. I actually was, I'll talk about that after I tell you about the books, because, I'm sure you want to hear about books. So, a book that I've actually started is called Knockout by Sarah McLean. I got to page 67, and this is the third book in the Hell's Bell series that is historical romances about this group of women who are basically, they're all best friends, and they it's the kind of thing where they commit crimes but for a good cause, they try to make the world a better place and protect people who never get enough protection and things like that. And in this case, it follows Lady Imogen, who loves basically making things explode and all of that. So even though she makes bombs and explosive devices and things like that, that is kind of the thing. And obviously they also have a love story, and in this case it's gonna be kind of like a bodyguard situation where, since the heroine is a lady, her brother, who is the head of the family, tells her that she needs to fix her behavior and whatever, and she kind of runs away, and the hero has the task of finding her, taking care of her, whatever. So I am excited because they've met already, and I love this series so much, so much. And I generally actually don't really like plot in romance. It depends, okay? But I don't like when it takes away from the romance, when it's boring and, shit like that. But in this series, I actually kind of like the plot. And I'm happy that I can recommend it to people who actually want more plot than just the romance. So if you have not checked out the series, definitely check it out. And obviously I can't tell you that, this book is perfect yet, but I'm pretty sure I will get to that in this vlog because I'm already enjoying it. And again, I adore the series, so that's that. And then I have a little novella that is Surrender by Rosie Adams. It is quite literally 50 pages, I think. Yeah, 57 pages. This is gonna be a reread for me. I love Rosie Adams so much, and I have not read any book by her so far this year. And, I need to fix that. So, I want to reread this. I'm not going to tell you anything about it right now because, again, it is super short. But it's just going to be a fun, chill, lighthearted, steamy little romance. And I already know that I love it. And I really want to reread more books this year. Last year, I realized how amazing it is to reread books. But I still didn't really, give enough space to do that, and so I want to do that. I really want to read also Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I want to read this book. Obviously I love Ali Hazelwood, and I actually love reading YA romance. And so this is our first YA romance, and I just know it's gonna be an amazing time, and it's gonna be lighthearted and easy to read, and I really need that, and I want that, so that's a very strong option as well. Another book that I've started already that I really need to get back to is The Roommate Pact by Allison Ashley. This is a roommate story. They already live together at the beginning of the book. They actually have another roommate. And so they've known each other for a while. They're friends, but they kind of feel almost like they bicker around a lot and they fight quite a lot and shit like that. So it has like a friends to lovers dynamic, but also that like bantery, almost like not like hate to love, but slight like drop of that, you know? And the hero gets injured and the heroine is a nurse and she kind of basically is gonna take care of him. And I just got to the part where he gets injured and I feel like it's just about to get, you know, like really fun. That sounds really bad, but I think it's gonna get, you know, really cute and they're gonna start bonding a lot more and I'm super excited for that. And I just do this. Please let me know if you do this. Do you put down books even when you're enjoying them and then don't go back to them for ages and then you like read the rest in one sitting? Because like I do that so often and it's definitely mainly just that I'm a mood reader and then, you know, I'm reading it and I'm enjoying it, but then I'm like, I actually am not in the mood for that right now and I just read a shit ton of other books before getting back to it. And I feel like that's happened with this and I really want to get back to it. So yeah, and the last physical book I think maybe I'll mention for now is Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. I have the Afterlight Special Edition, which is so special to me. I never buy special editions, and this was like a big deal for me. And I love Rosie Danan, and I love this cover, and I'm excited to like read it from, you know, the special edition, but also to read the book itself, because I absolutely loved Rosie Danan's first two books. I'm pretty sure she just has the two books. I need to double check that. And so this is, you know, like such a precious thing because she hasn't had a release in a long time. I don't know when her next book is going to be. And it's also very different. It's like a specific vibe that feels almost like a gothic, like dark academia kind of a vibe. It says an occult expert and a disgraced archaeologist walk into a castle. And it's enemies to lovers. I think it's like enemies with benefits, and it feels like, you know, it's gonna be really unique and cozy and fun, and I'm super excited. So I think I'm gonna pick this up. And then I have so many books on Kindle Unlimited that I really want to read, but I feel like I should have shut up soon because, you know, I have been talking for so long. But what I will tell you about is a book that I'm also in the middle of, which is Camera Chemistry by Chelsea Curdo. And this is a new to me author, and this series, I've been seeing it on like Instagram and Twitter randomly, and this is a novella, and so I wanted to read it because, you know, it's gonna be like a quick, easy read. They basically are both like divorced or separated. It has the single dad trope, and also they basically have this like photo shoot where their friend wants to do this thing where like strangers have like a sensual and romantic, you know, like photo shoot where they meet and whatever. I actually love this trope where there's any kind of like photography situation. I love photography, and, you know, obviously even when it's like a completely innocent, you know, shoot with the main characters, it just feels like whether it's like one of them is taking photos. I actually normally read when one of them is taking photos of the other, and I don't know if I've read where someone is taking photos of them. So whatever, either way, I really like any kind of situation like that, and I'm excited because both of them so far at the beginning of the book are like, you know, I don't want to fall in love. I want to focus on my life right now. I don't want to do that ever. I don't want to do that anytime soon again. And then they're going to fall in love. And that's always, you know, a fun little time. So I will be reading that. And I have so many other options that I will just tell you about when we get to that. There's a high chance I might read Rain Me In by Kayla Gross. This is like a cowboy romance. One of my friends recommended it, and I already read one book by Kayla Gross that I enjoyed. So, pretty strong contender. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like my mood is so all over the place, but I really need to shut up. So I will talk to you later today or tomorrow when I have some other updates. Good morning, everyone. So, it is time to do my makeup and talk to you about the first book that I've started and, like my plans for today and whatever. So, also, I hope that this and my body is covering all the mess in my room because I swear to God, my room is the messiest it's ever been. At least, like, in this room specifically. It's really bad. And, maybe I should not, like, be telling people this, but I'm like, social media shows, like, all these perfect rooms and, like, even the way they look generally and, like, the decorations and shit. And I'm here, like, my apartment is not that aesthetically pleasing. And so, if your room is messy as shit, you're not alone. But I have been trying to get myself to, tidy up for literally months. And you know what? Let's just say winter is hard, depression is hard, and we're gonna power through. I have been reading Rein Me In by Kayla Gross, and I am loving it. And I'm so happy about it. Cause I like didn't really know what to expect. Cause again, like I think I mentioned, I have read one book by Kayla Gross already, which I forgot the name, but it is just like a polyamorous little Christmas novella, and that was really fun. But also, since it's a novella and it was actually newer than this book, I just didn't know what to expect. But I am enjoying this so much. And it's really funny because I think that the vlog where I read Done and Dusted by Lila Sage should be up before this. And even then I was already talking about how, I surprisingly kind of think I'm starting to like cowboy romances. And I'm like, I kind of can't believe it, to be honest, because, like, it is something that I would never think I would actually, like, kind of seek out almost. Because at this point, I'm like, I'm kind of, like, loving this vibe that I never thought I would like. I feel like I'm just more of, like, I'm definitely, in general, I'm more of a city girl. And I actually grew up in a small town. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So I even in reading, I think I prefer, like the city vibes and like office romances and shit like that. I do really want to read more of that because I haven't read an office romance in so long. But it's just so fun to read about for some reason. And like I think obviously small town romance specifically is super fun. And this is just like, it's a vibe, and I'm here for it. And anyways, let's talk about the book specifically. The heroine left this town after the loss of her brother, so this deals with grief and loss from both sides. So obviously a warning for that. I feel like anytime, the two main characters in a romance have experienced some kind of trauma and pain, of a similar kind, it makes their connection so much stronger and it makes for such a special bond, and I feel like that's definitely going to be the case in here. And so the heroine left town after that happened, and she is back now for, probably like temporarily, but it's the kind of situation, where she feels lost and she doesn't feel like she's ready to come back and, deal with all the people, but and then Gavin is there, and they knew each other when they were younger, but he's actually younger than her, and so they, like, never were friends, or they never, like, dated or anything like that. And so they're back now, and they are, of course, like, attracted to each other, and, and there's, like, many kinds of fun small town things. And yeah, so they kind of like start spending time together, and reluctantly the heroine starts opening up to him. He is definitely getting, before he was just like, nothing's gonna happen, I'm not good enough for her, but now he's like, she's so fucking incredible and I want her so bad. And we love to see it. So I'm just enjoying it so much. It is partially just super cute, super fun, exciting. They have a lot of chemistry. I can't wait for them to get together. But also it has the layer of, dealing with grief and trying to find your way. And I absolutely just love romances like that because I feel like I struggle with reading about painful things a lot. I avoid it a lot. And I feel like for me personally, dealing with it through romance books is like the most powerful, amazing helpful thing where I'm like, it's gonna have a happy ending no matter what. And so you know that one way or another, the characters are gonna survive and they're gonna be okay somehow in the end. And I feel like it's the one way that it allows me to, deal with things in kind of a way that feels comforting even when it's hard, even when it's painful. And so I absolutely love that. And so I'm just loving this book even more than I thought. I didn't know that it dealt with things like this, so I just thought, it'd be a lighthearted, chill little romance, which I also want to read, but this is like just, I don't know, I'm enjoying it so much. I also found out today that I think it's called The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest is coming out. And I mean, it's like coming out today. And I have been so excited for that. I am getting ready to go to the bookstore and I want to read there. I want to buy a few books. But I think it's not going to be there, unfortunately. So we're probably not going to read it in this vlog because I don't know. I will probably have to order it. And so I don't know, when that's going to happen. But I'm so excited about it. If you have not read Christina Forrest yet, you need to. The Neighbor Favor was incredible. She also has YA romances that I absolutely love. And I have one more that I haven't read yet that I want to read. And so, yeah. So I want to go to the bookstore to, hopefully find something. Don't know why. Like, this really shows how much I haven't been filming lately. So this is going to be a very long, rambly vlog, and I hope you are, ready for that. But, I have recently found a bookstore, or it's not a bookstore, it's a store. It's called The Works. It's in the UK, and, it has, like a website, but it has quite a lot of, like, physical locations as well, and it's kind of like this random store that has, like, all kinds of things, like crafty things, books, and random shit that, I didn't really pay attention to any of the other things, because the main focus is they have super cheap books, like super cheap, going from like £3. A lot of the books are £5. Even then, it's like half price from the normal price. And they have mainly just like new releases and like, the most popular like basic books. But they've been having a lot of romance recently that it's not, maybe it's not like the books that I want the absolute most, but it is actually books that I want to read. And so I would recommend you, if you live in the UK, to check that out. Because you can really find some gems in there. Obviously, again, not just like a tiny fraction. But if, if you read romance and you like some of the basic ones as well, definitely check it out. Like, my dream is, I love, honestly, indie romance the most. And just kind of like, I really love underrated books. I'm feeling a little bit better. I had a good cry yesterday, And I've been rewatching Baby Daddy, which, you know what, I'm gonna tell you about right now, because oh my god, it is kind of an older show, and so, it's not ideal in like some of the like deeper, not amazing things. There's like a running fat phobic joke, and like some things that I wish weren't there, but as besides that, and like as a show and the characters, is like one of my absolute favorite comfort shows that brings me so much joy. Like, it makes me laugh so often, and it's so lighthearted, and it has one of my absolute favorite best friends to lovers storyline, like across seasons. And it's like, there's a love triangle that for once I actually really like how it ends up working out. Oh my gosh, like, if you know, Danny is one of my favorite characters, like himbo, sexy, amazing hockey player, like, we love to see it. And I'm just like, I need more books. I need to read a book with that kind of energy. And it also has this like found family, because basically it's about 3 guys who live together, who are friends, who are like in their 20s or some, yeah. And one of the guys, his one night stand, leaves a baby on the doorstep. And he's just like, what the fuck, like, I can't take care of a baby. Like, he is so chaotic, he's like a fuck boy and everything. Like, he's just like chilling, but he's like, you know what, I actually want this. And so they take care of this baby. And then there's like the family friend who's like that's the girl from the best friends to lovers storyline. And oh my god, like, it is so fun. It is so good, besides, some of the things, but I love it. And so that's been bringing me so much joy. And obviously reading is also something that just keeps me alive, like, for real. And, yeah. So, and let me know how you are feeling, and I hope that if you're not feeling so good, that you can do something to bring you some joy and comfort, and that you feel better soon. So, I'm gonna put lipstick on, which, isn't ideal when I'm talking, and I'll talk to you later when I get back from the bookstore with hopefully, like, a little book haul.
Walking away, your words are lost on me. It's taking everything not to turn around. Throw it away, see if you'll let go of me when you're not holding me. I can see it now. Hey, when I lose, but if I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm like, oh shit, I've been doing this a long time. Lost in my head, I don't care, I'm not gonna lose it. I'm not gonna lose this. I'm up all day, all night, me playing our last fight. Now in hindsight, I don't care, I'm not gonna lose it. I'm not gonna lose this. Yeah, kinda hate myself sometimes. Everything was on the line. Didn't wanna be the one who had to say it. No, I can't rewind the time. Promise I'll put down my pride. Don't look back because I mean it when I say it. But if I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. But if I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose this. If I'm gonna lose you.
Hello everyone, so I hope this lighting is okay. It's not amazing, but hopefully it's fine. I need to talk to you because it's the next day and I went to the bookstore. I also just reorganized my bookshelves, as you saw, so they're looking really cute. I've been wanting to reorganize it for weeks, and I kind of did one shelf. I did this shelf here, and then this one was empty and it was annoying me, and so I finally did that. And I still actually have a few books lying around. So I have my TBR cart, which could be a little bit more filled, but I need to figure something out because, yeah. I did buy 2 more books today that I might as well show you now before we talk about the reading updates. So, neither The Works or Waterstones had exactly what I was looking for, but they had some decent options that I also wanted. And so I got 2 books. And so at The Works, I got The Catch by Amy Lee. So guess what? I got it for £5. We love a bargain. And and there's so many blurbs by authors that I love on this book. We have Ali Hazelwood and B.K. Borison and Tara DeWitt, and I'm like, I love all of them. And if they think that, this book is good, it actually might not be about this book specifically, because, sometimes it's about like the first book in this series or the second book or whatever, but either way, I will give this a try, and it does sound really fun. It kind of has like the city girl goes to a small town and falls in love with like a local guy kind of a trope. I'm excited about that. There's a line at the end that says, "Is Mel willing to sacrifice her picture-perfect life in the city for a chance at true love in the wild?" So, yeah. I do really love, like, who doesn't love that trope, like feeling lost, moving to a different place that is very different from what you've known, and finding yourself there. Like, I just love that. And this cover is really cute. And the other book that I got is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I have been wanting to buy this for months now, and it has either been, you know, like unavailable, out of stock or whatever, or I was just like, it's too expensive, I can't buy it, I shouldn't be buying this. But I had like the loyalty card credit, so it was also a little bit discounted, and they had 2 last copies. And yeah, they did not have the Christina Forrest book. They didn't have, oh shit, I wanted to look for another thing, which is Olivia Dade's new release. But I don't think they did not have it in any obvious spots. So let's also talk about what I've been reading. So I forced myself to only take 1 book to the bookstore, and in the end, this was Calling My Name, which is Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. Before I tell you my thoughts, I need to show you the details of this special edition, because like, again, it is very special for me and is gorgeous. So obviously this is the outside, this is the back. And these are the sprayed edges, of course. And then let's look on the naked hardcover. So we have this beautiful silver castle with all these stars, and it's absolutely stunning. And then this is the art on the inside. And there was already the scene that it's like inspired by, and I long story short, am absolutely loving this book. So, again, when I was looking at like my options, I just wasn't sure what I was in the mood for. And you know, I've been reading a lot of contemporary, and I am literally reading 2 contemporary books at a time already, which I've been doing more and more recently. And I'm just like, you know what, maybe I could spice things up a little bit and read something a little bit different. And so at first, I actually thought that this was contemporary completely, just like with, you know, like I said, like kind of a dark academia vibe. But there is like a magical supernatural element to this, where the heroine Riley is basically from a family of curse breakers who literally break curses. And so it's kind of like I wouldn't call it paranormal romance, because she is like the only one with some kind of like magic or knowledge or skill, where it's like, you know, not like the most supernatural it could be, but it is supernatural a little bit, if that makes sense. So she doesn't like call herself a witch or anything, but she does break curses. It's kind of her job, and it's kind of fun where it's like partially a known thing and partially not. And so like a lot of people don't believe it, but a lot of people do, and they hire her to break curses of like, you know, in their personal life and whatever. And in this book, she gets hired to break a curse on this castle that's been cursed for hundreds of years. And the hero is Clark, who is an archaeologist who gets hired to, you know, find some lost or hidden artifacts in this castle. And so they have to coexist there, and it's a fun dynamic because basically at first they meet at the local bar and they have, you know, kind of like a flirty interaction, and they kiss and whatever, and it's great. And then they find out about like each other's identities, and he is just like, you know, he thinks that she's making all this up. He doesn't believe any of the cursed things. And so they start to like bicker around, and they get super annoyed, and they're also still attracted to each other, so you know, they hate that. And there's been so many fun scenes, and I'm loving this so much. I love the 2 of them. There was like the scene where she held a dagger at his throat which made sense in the moment, okay? That was so fun. And then there was another moment when she was like, I am not attracted to you at all. In fact, I will prove it to you and I'll give you a massage. And it was a vibe. It is so good, and I can't believe I haven't heard anyone talk about this. Like, I know that Rosie Danan is a popular author, and I know that this is her first book in a while, but like, it is incredible. And I'm loving it so much. If you are into, like, I know a lot of people are into the like dark academia vibes, any kind of hate to love, and it's, you know, Scottish castle, whatever. Like, I'm sure a lot of people will want to read this, so please pick it up. I obviously haven't finished it, but I'm just like, it's only gonna get better from here, and I can't wait to see that. So I'm very happy that I chose to read this. So I will keep reading that. I will definitely also be finishing Rain Me In soon. I did not listen to that because, you know, I was physically reading, but I do think I might pick it up now. We'll see. Because I only have like an hour and a half left, so we're definitely gonna do that today. And I'm so happy because I'm already reading absolutely incredible books, and I, you know, bought some little books and I reorganized my shelves, so I've actually been more productive than I even thought I would be. And we love to see that. And the last thing I will mention, as if, you know, I haven't told you about 1,000 books that I can read. I don't know if I'll be reading this, but since I mentioned Christina Forrest, I have Zyla and Kai, which is the last YA contemporary that I haven't read by her. And I've been like procrastinating on this for ages because of how long it is. It is 472 pages, which, you know, is a lot for a YA contemporary. I've never seen a YA contemporary this long. And it's very intimidating, you know, and like I generally struggle with long books like every single time. But again, I love Christina Forrest, and another thing that I really need to learn is I don't have to do everything super fast. Like, I am naturally a fast reader. I love books, I love reading, and like in general, like I am pretty, like I'm a fast-paced person, if that makes sense. But it literally doesn't matter. Even if I take 2 months to read this book, which I don't think is ever even gonna happen, it's fine, you know? Even if I read just like 3 chapters in this vlog, it's completely fine. But to be honest, I do think I'm just gonna get immersed in the story and I'm gonna love it. Because, like, I just love Christina Forrest's books. Like, her characters are incredible, the romances are amazing, and I know that not everyone who reads adult romance reads YA romance, but I still think that if you liked her adult romance, you should check them out, because the first 2 books are like a normal length, and I loved them. So I don't have them physically, unfortunately, but yeah. So that is, once again, 1,000th option for this video. Hello everyone, so it is Wednesday now and it's time for some updates. I just got ready and I'm gonna go see a movie, but I've been doing some reading. Last night I did finish Rein Me In and I loved it. I had such a good time with it. It was so fun, and again, it was just like such a great mixture of fun and lighthearted and kind of like deeper and emotional, and I highly recommend it. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, and so if you haven't read it, definitely check it out. I listened to the audiobook, really enjoyed that, but I think it should also still be available on Kindle Unlimited. And so it is such a great book, and this is now the 2nd book that I've read by this author, and I want to read more. I actually do have, I think I might have even mentioned, I have like the Valentine's Day novella, which is called Puck Shy, and it's 197 pages. So like it's almost, I think, a novel length, but not quite. Either way, it's short and it's, I think, gonna be very fun. So I might read that soon as well. I was gonna read it on actual Valentine's Day, and then I got sick. It was not a good time, and nothing ended up working out that week whatsoever. And so I think I've already said quite a lot. I don't think I have any other groundbreaking thoughts. I ended up giving it like 4.5 stars, and I'm so happy because, again, like it's funny because I probably, maybe even in this video, I keep saying that I want to find new authors and that I really want to focus on that more this year, and it's been working out really great so far. Like, I've been finding amazing new authors, or, you know, reading more books from like an author that I maybe read just 1 book and things like that. So we love to see that. But before I forget, this whole time I was thinking that it gives me the vibe of Done and Dusted by Layla Sage. I recently read this and it just gave me the vibe, and it has a lot of similarities, and I loved Done and Dusted and I loved Rein Me In. So, you know, if you loved this, definitely check out Rein Me In and vice versa. And yeah, both are just, you know, like fun small town cowboy romances. In both cases, the heroines feel really lost in a similar way, and they come back to this town, you know, and heal and fall in love. And so that is like the main common thread, and I loved both. So highly recommend, very happy about that. And clearly I am entering my cowgirl era, because I read another cowboy romance, and you know what? I can't believe it, but I am starting to like cowboy romances. Again, like, something about it just works in a way I never thought it would work, but it does. And so I just listened to the entirety of A Cowboy Kind of Thing by Reese Ryan. I feel like I've mentioned it in this vlog, but I'm not fully sure. So this audio, I listened to the audiobook, which is super short. It is like 4.5 hours at like the normal speed, and I listen faster, and so it was just, you know, literally listen to it in one sitting. And in pages, it's like 200 pages. So I have talked about this imprint before, but not in a while, and recently I was just like, I want to read more of it again, and I've already read 2 books by Reese Ryan that I really enjoyed, and again, I was just like, you know what? I might as well keep going with the cowboy romances. After this, I will probably take a little break, but I really enjoyed it, and in this case, the first line says, he's Texas, she's Hollywood, and together they're playing with fire. So that sounds very dramatic. It's honestly not that dramatic of a story. It is very, like, lighthearted and chill, kind of. It is a very quick read. It's very easy to read, and it's very fun. And so she works, yeah, like it says, like lives in Hollywood. She works in the movie industry, and the hero works in this small Texan town. You know, his family owns a ranch, like all of those things. And so it has the city girl, small town guy, you know, all of that. And it's also black love romance, and it's also like the best man, maid of honor, work together situation. So their common best friends are getting married, and the hero is like, I think the wedding should happen in this, you know, ranch in this small town. And the heroine is like, that is not the vibe that the bride wants to go for, but it all, you know, works out, and it is very fun, kind of, you know, first proximity, again, small town vibes. It's all, you know, all the boxes, and I really enjoyed it. It is fun, it is steamy, it is cute, and generally this imprint is always like 220 pages or something, and it feels really accessible and super easy to read. And usually the books aren't, you know, like my all-time favorites, and it's not like a groundbreaking book, but they're always really fun, or like not every single time, but you know, depending on the author. But Reese Ryan does write super fun, amazing books, and some other authors in this imprint as well. And so I definitely recommend it. I feel like generally in the romance community, people don't read any of the like Harlequin books, but I think the Harlequin Desire is like a much newer one that feels a lot more modern and more diverse and like all those things. And I think it's a fun time. It's like great. It's a great palate cleanser, or like just, you know, something to entertain you for a little while. So now I still have yet to finish Do Your Worst. Still obsessed with it. I got to page 182, and I was gonna read it last night, but then I just kind of got tired and ended up just binging Baby Daddy. And yeah, I'm super excited to pick it back up though. So after I go to the movies, I will be finishing this. It is so good. The tension, the like whole curse thing, it's the kind of thing where, you know, the curse makes a lot of things go wrong in very, very fun ways. And it is just so good. And I looked at some reviews, and it doesn't have a very high rating, which I do not understand. I think that this book was maybe marketed wrong. And someone mentioned The Mummy or something. It does not have that vibe in any shape or form. But I did not hear about that whatsoever. I didn't know anything, honestly, going into this, and it's been a wonderful surprise. Honestly, not like even a surprise, because again, I adore Rosie Danan, and like I knew I would love this, but the specific, you know, story is not something that I thought it would be exactly, and it is so good, and I'm loving it so much. I'm gonna shut up. I was about to apologize about how messy this vlog has been, but that was the point. So I'm actually doing exactly what I said I would do, and hopefully it's fun to watch, you know? But please let me know, actually. I know that, you know, many people are mood readers and whatever, but like, I need to know if there's anyone else who likes to read as many books at a time as I do. Because, like, I've been really taking it far recently. And I'm like, please tell me I'm not alone. Like, you know, because I feel like some people read, like, 2 books at a time or 3. And I used to have this kind of, like, unspoken rule that I read maybe, like, 1 ebook, 1 audiobook, and 1 physical book at a time. That is no longer the case. I'm literally reading, you know, like, multiple of each, basically. So, yeah. Anyways, I will talk to you very soon, later today, when I have some updates. Also, actually, now that I'm looking next to me, I think I'm gonna pick up Surrender before any of the things that I literally told you about, because this is, again, 50 pages, and I just need to read another Rosie Adams book, and so I think I will do that. Hello everyone, so welcome to my kitchen. I never film here because it's usually way too messy. It still could look a little bit messy, but it's actually like clean right now. But I'm here to talk to you about Do Your Worst by Rosie Annan, and I'm about to make lunch, and I thought it'd be fun to, you know, I need to cut some mushrooms and then I'm gonna make a sauce. And so I will first talk about this because I'm not gonna get it, you know, dirty with mushroom hands. And then we're going to talk about some other thing that I started reading that I did not plan whatsoever, but I will not stop reading anytime soon. So I finished Do Your Worst last night, and oh my god, I adored this. And I know I've said it already at least twice, but I can't believe more people haven't read this. It is absolutely incredible, and I know that so many people will love this. Like the enemies to lovers vibe, the enemies with benefits vibe. She holds a dagger at his throat in like a playful, flirty, angry way. And they get chained to each other magically because of the curse and overnight. And, you know, so many fun things that I know other readers are also going to eat up, just like I did. And so, yeah, this was absolutely incredible. It is 5 stars. I loved it so much. I loved the vibe of just, you know, the small town and of like this, like, you know, dark academia mixed with like a magical forest kind of vibe. Like, absolutely incredible. I also know that people love to read about Scottish settings, and this is, again, a fictional place. From what I think, at least. I don't 100% know that, but I'm like pretty sure. And yeah, I don't honestly know what more to say. Like, it is so fun. It is such a quick read. It's so addicting. It gets cute and sweet at some points, and it's steamy and fun. And, you know, I don't know, like, the thing is, I don't like to say that I don't like enemies to lovers. I love it when it's done well. The issue is, very often, to me at least, it is not done that well. But in here, it is absolutely perfect. And, you know, how people often talk about how, you know, like, in enemies to lovers, the person gets to see you at your worst and they still love you for all that you are. That was like a big thing in here, that it was just like, it was absolutely perfect. So if you have not read this book, get on it. Like, seriously. And so I'll put this down, and I have some mushrooms to cut, so I will attempt to do that as I talk to you about the other book. That I don't know if that's a good idea, because like I'll be looking down and like, you know, but whatever. I thought it would be fun. So I basically, you know, I had all these plans, and I am in the middle of, you know, like the ebooks that I told you about. I guess that's like kind of like the camera chemistry is like the main thing I'm in the middle of, so like not like 1,000 things right now, but you know, still. So I wanted to pick that up again, but this morning, basically, I was on my phone, you know, I just woke up, and I was just like looking through something, I don't know, just something that does not require a lot of brain power. Oh yeah, I know exactly what I was doing. I was changing the outfit on one of the, like, you know, like the emojis on all the different apps where you can like give it your face, and like you can change the hair, the face, the outfit, all that crap, you know, like the Bitmoji and shit like that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. And so it's just like, you know what, since I'm doing this right now for absolutely no reason, what if I just listen to a little bit of an audiobook? And then, you know, I didn't know which one and whatever. And then I ended up picking up Ever After Always by Chloe Leese, thinking, you know, I'll listen to this for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And, you know, hours later, I'm here over halfway through of this book. And the only reason why I stopped was because I was like, shit, I really should make lunch. And it is past 2 at this point. So, question of the day. Completely random, but what time do you normally eat lunch? Personally, I like to generally, like the ideal time for me is maybe like 12:30, 1 or something like that. This book is absolutely incredible. I literally can't stop reading it. Like the second I finish lunch, I will get back to it and I will not stop until I finish the book. Like if it weren't for the lunch, I would have literally sat there in my bed listening to it for over 3 hours in a row, which honestly isn't even like really completely good for my brain, I feel like. But yeah, so this book is the 3rd book in the Bergman Brothers series that I feel like is very beloved, but if you have not heard of it yet and you haven't read it, you need to check it out. So they are all standalones, but like if you know, I'm a pro at reading shit out of order, but if you know, are interested in the series, I highly recommend you read it in order, because like there are connections and there's like a strong family dynamic and family vibe, and partially the like biological family, but also like a found family. And so it is definitely worth it to read it in order. So that's what I've been doing, and I already loved Chloe Leese before this series when I read her, like, I think it was her Christmas book that I read first, and I adored that. The first 2 books were like 4.5 stars for me, so like I loved them so much, but it wasn't completely perfect. This one though, 5 stars. Like I know I'm not done with it yet, but absolutely 5 stars. Like I am obsessed with it. It is just absolutely incredible. Like, you know, I could actually first tell you what this one is actually specifically about. So it is a marriage in trouble. And I know so many people love that shit, including me. And I feel like I haven't read it in a while, and it just every single time, you know, it is just absolutely incredible. I feel like it is so powerful to see, you know, like how to mend a relationship and how to make it better and healthier and happier and more fulfilled, and all of those things I think is just absolutely perfect. And in this case, they have been married for almost 10 years. I'm actually not 100% sure if it's like they've been together or married, whatever. Either way, you know, long time. And they've been, you know, struggling the past like year especially, and the hero basically is trying to focus on work because he grew up really poor and he just really wants to have enough money and feel really secure because they want to start a family, and he feels really stressed about that even though he wants to do that. And the heroine feels, you know, like rejected, and like he doesn't open up to her anymore. And so they have a lot of distance between them. And so they start going to therapy together. They go on this vacation that basically the family takes, everyone in the family goes there. So like a lot of people, but they don't want to tell the parents that, you know, they're struggling. So they kind of are trying to like not show, you know, like how they're arguing and everything, but her brothers know about it, and they like talk to the hero, and it's like the sweetest shit on earth, the way that they love him, and they're like, you are a part of this family, and you know, all of that is so sweet. So I'm loving the family dynamics. I'm loving the romance because like the emotional connection is so strong, the chemistry, everything is so like completely there, but at the same time, you know, they're struggling, and I'm like so desperate to see them, you know, heal together and like get back together fully. And it is so beautiful, and I'm loving it so much. And there have been so many different like lines that hit me so hard. I feel like Chloe Leese, why I love her books so much is like the mental health themes and representation. The hero in this has depression, and all of those things, no matter what exactly it is, they always resonate with me so hard, and I connect to it so much. And this book so far I feel connected to the most, and I'm so happy. So was this planned? Not even a little bit. Do I have regrets? Not even a little bit either. So yeah. that's that, and I think that's mostly all that I can update you on. I have been still watching Baby Daddy, and oh my god, I am obsessed with it. At this point, I'm getting impatient to keep watching because I want to get to the juiciest, best parts that are basically, for me, near the end, you know, where like again, Danny is so fucking hot. Literally one of my favorite male characters ever. And that is where I started falling in love with like the cinnamon roll heroes, you know? And I will never get enough. So I'm gonna go actually make the lunch. Hello everyone. So it is now Sunday and I'm gonna try to make this quick because my camera just flashed. It has been a few days, obviously. I've been working. It's been a horrible weekend. Work was really, really bad, and so I'm absolutely exhausted. Yesterday and the day before that, I was just like, you know what? I will not be doing any updates, because to be fair, I didn't actually have that many updates, and also I was just like, I can't, you know, I do not have energy to say another word today. So I will update you on the shit that I've read, and we're gonna wrap it up. So I finished. I'm pretty sure I didn't tell you after I finished Ever After Always by Chloe Elise. It was absolutely everything. Like 5 stars, no question. I adored the fuck out of it. It meant everything to me. After that, I was like, how can I listen to another audiobook right now when that was so incredible? And nothing could beat it, you know? And I honestly have such a strong urge to binge the rest of this series, and I have like at least the next 2 audiobooks, but I was just like, I need to read it physically. I want to savor it, maybe even annotate it, like all those things, and I'm gonna try to do that in the next few weeks. Because this was just like the perfect combination of sweet and emotional and steamy and fun, and I just loved the healing that the main characters do together and on their own, and all the themes in this like touched me so deeply, and so much of it resonated with me, and it just was absolutely perfect. And now officially Chloe Elise is definitely one of my favorite authors, and again, I need the rest of the series more than I need air, like. And I did also finish Camera Chemistry, which after that was kind of like mediocre, but it was still a fun, quick read. It's really lighthearted and fun, very steamy. And I mean, it definitely is kind of like a, what's it called? The trope? It's not love at first sight. Oh my god. You know, just, it all happens very fast. They get close very quickly. It's like, yeah, so insta love, that's the fucking word. So if you like insta love and you would like to read a novella that is super quick, easy, and steamy and fun, definitely check this out. It is sweet, it is cute, like, you know, it's a fun time, but it just didn't blow my mind. I didn't feel super connected to the main characters, so there were moments when I was a little bit bored, but I did really enjoy it. So I'm scared of my camera dying, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, but I mean, again, of course, I told you about 1,000 books that I didn't get to, but we're gonna read those soon. And I actually had so much fun doing this.